Once upon a time,
there was Melanie
and Corey,
and this is our story.
Feel good when you found love. Not the fake love, I'm talking about some white doves. I got a shorty that's gonna ride for me, die for me. Put her right hand on the Bible, still lie for me. I got something they be praying for. She know what it is. I never.
Hi guys, and welcome back to our channel. If you are new, welcome to the MK gang. We are back with chapter 7.
Chapter 7.
We're here with chapter 7. So you know how it goes with the chapters. Go ahead and get your snacks so you can sit back and listen to the next part of our love story.
We finally made it to the point in our relationship where we have our own apartment. And I think this step in any relationship is like so detrimental.
And big. This is big.
Like, it's one of the biggest firsts in a relationship.
Yes.
So when we got the phone call, did the tour and the walkthrough and said, yes, we want this, did all the paperwork, and finally got a move-in date, I feel like that was like such a huge point in our journey. And this is what this chapter is basically going to be about. We're going to walk you through the journey of our first year living together and how everything went
in our home, because the last chapter was our first year living together, but this is our first year together
in our home. Right.
Were you nervous?
No. I was only nervous. I mean, I was nervous when you moved here first, like, you know, that first time when you was moving here from Arkansas. But once we lived together, it was just excitement. Like, I didn't feel nervousness. I didn't feel like anxious. It was just all joy and excitement. It was like, oh my God, we finally have this now. Things that maybe we weren't able to do as much there, we could do in our place, and now we can decorate it how we want to decorate it. And like, we just have our own bathroom and our own kitchen and our own space, and we could have a pet. And it was just one of those things. It was nothing but excitement. How did you feel?
I don't know. I feel like I was a little nervous. I was excited because it was something we wanted, but maybe like a little bit nervous too, because now we're really out on our own, and this is really a test of if we can put up with each other day and night by ourselves. We got the buffer of, like, you know, family being there and being just kind of in a family kind of role rather than it's just us. But excitement was the biggest part. So more excitement than anything, but still nervous that this is the dream. This was what we were talking about. This is what we were like fantasizing about that entire time of being long distance. It was that moment.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. Our window is gated. This is a gated community. Please get that off the property. No, but the kid, bruh. Yes. Look at this stove though. Look, I'm gonna be chefing it on here, bruh. Look at this living room, my man. Look at this living room. Bruh. And there's outlets everywhere. I'm gonna start crying. Oh my God. We were luckily and thankfully able to get the keys a little bit early. I want to say maybe like 4 days before the move-in date, we were able to get the keys. So we were like, oh, this is perfect. We could use these days during the daytime to come in and get everything like put in there. Not everything, but the majority of it, we could get it in there while like it's nighttime and like, you know, the traffic in the building is you know, a little slower and stuff like that. So that's exactly what we did, and we huddled up a crew. Shout out to the crew. If you was there, you know who you are. Shout out to you. If you're watching this, shout out to you. Always remember, always appreciate your help.
The people that helped us, and it was a lot.
It was, and it was in the dead summer.
Oh my God, we were so hot, and I remember coming in this house, and it was just heat.
But it smelled like it was that fresh apartment,
paint.
fresh paint, fresh everything scent. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God, if you ever had the luxury of walking into your apartment for the first time and it just everything just smells and is just fresh and new, like that's over the top. Like I can't even explain it. It's just like it's a feeling that I can't explain.
It was such a good feeling, and to know, like, as we were coming into this place and all of the people that were helping us, like, it's ours. Like, we're not doing this for anybody else. And all of the things that we loved about this space was perfect because it was ours. We were moving into it. It was for us. So we spent those days moving stuff in, and everybody helped us. And on the actual move-in date, we ended up both having to work. So we both had to work on move-in day because we took off to help with moving our things in before. But we got Stephanie, her sister, and the person she was with at the time stayed here and started to unpack all of our stuff and organize everything the day of.
Yeah, we also got, like, before the move-in date, we got everything painted. Like, all the rooms were painted the way we wanted. Like, everything literally was set up so that on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, we got all of our deliveries. Everything was, like, basically set in stone. And we wanted to make sure that at least in the first week, everything was, like, in place where we wanted it to be. We had all of our furniture, even if, like, it wasn't decorated the way we wanted, at least as far as the furniture goes, everything was how we wanted it to be. So those first few days, definitely everybody held it down. Steph came through and they really held us down when things were coming through, deliveries was coming through. They made sure that they were here to get every single one and to let the people in and mantle or whatever, everything that they had to. And it was just such a good feeling. Like, it was such a good feeling. And then the support and love that we got was even better.
The biggest thing that we wanted to make sure was that we had a fully functioning, furnished house as soon as we got in. I remember we went, and when we went to go look for our furniture and stuff, so we went furniture shopping for the first time, and that, I think it was the first day is when we actually found our furniture.
Oh yeah, it was like, okay, we're going to buy our furniture set, we're going to buy our this set, we're going to buy our bedroom set, we're going to buy.
We found everything the first day out, like actively looking together, because we would do stuff like apart, trying to find like odds and ends, and oh, wouldn't this be cute, what do you think? I sent you so many pictures of like what I wanted the living room to look like, and we went to the store and ordered everything that we wanted, and the delivery date was the day after. So Mel still had to work. She worked, but I sent her videos throughout the day when the delivery men were coming in. I was like, babe, what do you think? We should put this, that. I have like a video of it that I can show y'all, of them bringing things in and putting together our furniture. Look, baby, this is the footboard alone. That's the headboard. This is the chest. This right here is the dresser. This the stuff for the bed. This is how long it's gonna be. And this right here. I don't know how this is gonna fit in here, baby. Like which way? On this wall or on that wall? It agreed on a look, and that first, the
color
theme.
schemes. Like just the whole vibe, the vibe that we were going for, and we just basically recreated it together. And it was such a good experience, like just going through the stores and like, oh, I want that, I want that, I want that. Okay, that's hideous, so what's the compromise? Like, I think that was like a really, also like it was such a good feeling being able to do it, like just going in there with a shopping cart and just
buying what we wanted,
throwing everything in there, just building like Sims. Anybody that plays Sims, you know, like, the sucky part is building the actual house. So luckily we already had the layout. We just had to put in every single thing that we wanted. Always the fun part. So once we got the furniture in and, you know, the TVs mounted and like stuff like that, all the heavy stuff out the way, it was like, now we get to just create this house that we want with the color schemes that we want and the designs that we want, and just create the aesthetic that fits our vibe and mood.
And I just remember it felt really, really nice to have, like, it was our space and it was our decision. So I could call her or FaceTime or send her a video. Where should we put this? And she'd say like her idea and trying to remember like the landscape of the room and everything of how it should fit.
Right.
But we did it and it worked out. I think the first thing that we put together, like the first way we had the room arranged was probably the worst way, but we got it together eventually. Like we didn't have good enough space with it, but we figured it out. It was probably a month, right? Until everything was just how we wanted it.
I want to say like moving in, getting everything together from furniture, everything, I want to say it took a month that we had the time, space, and opportunity to get the keys a few days early. We jumped on it and we was like, okay, so the Wi-Fi needs to be in there by this time and the lights need to be on by that day and this got to be here by this day, and we made sure, so we went crazy hard for that first month. And like, okay, now we finally get to enjoy it. And then the holidays started rolling around because like I said, we moved in the smack middle of the year, so you know, after that holiday season was the 4th of July. I don't really celebrate the 4th of July, but Corey did, so I was like, okay, boom, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a cookout, but inside
in the house.
So I got a George Foreman grill and the burgers and the glizzies and the decorations.
It was
drinks.
so cute.
We invited people over. It was like a whole thing.
It was
we
cute.
just did like a whole, you know, red, white, and blue party. That's really what we called it. Had people come over. It was so cute. And that was, I want to say that probably had to be our first shindig. We never had a housewarming because we got everything that we wanted.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't know, everybody was saying like, they were kind of like, oh, when are you gonna do a housewarming? What about the housewarming? And we were like, honestly, we got absolutely everything. Oh my God, you remember, it was probably like the first couple of days of us being here, and we were talking about how like we needed something weird, like something so small.
A screwdriver, scissors, like a hammer. Like you don't realize, like tape. Like when you first move in somewhere,
it's the smallest thing.
You don't have those things.
So we decided we needed to get an everything drawer, like most houses have, but you're so used to it being there because it's like that's your mom's house. So she just has the everything drawer already from living there. So we needed to create an everything drawer because I think we needed like it was either push pins or rubber bands. We needed something so small and tedious.
It's like, wow,
but there was no way to find it. Yeah.
Everybody, you know that everybody have those drawers, and just know when you first move into a house, just literally create that drawer.
Yes.
Like take it all out the pack, make it all messy. Like
just throw it and dump everything.
Create that drawer if you can. I'm talking like little things. You never realize like those little things that you need.
Toothpicks. It was toothpicks. We needed toothpicks, and we like, wow, we don't have toothpicks. Out of all of this stuff,
I'm crying.
Out of all of the stuff we bought, out of all the lists,
toothpicks is so essential. That's so funny.
Man, but July was the first shindig, first holiday, and then what came after that?
Oh, Halloween was our first party. I want to say that was the housewarming, but nobody bought us a gift.
They didn't. How dare y'all? If y'all came to our Halloween party and you didn't bring us a gift, why did you come? No, I'm kidding. It was literally a Halloween party. It was presented as
a Halloween party.
It was.
And it was so cute. Shout outs to everybody who came through and bought. A lot of people did bring like pastries.
Yes.
Tiana made us like Halloween cookies. People brought food, people brought other things.
Oh yeah.
So it was such a cute celebration. We had like our own personalized games. It was such a good time. And that was our very first party. We dressed up as Mario and Luigi.
Yes.
It was so cute. And I remember the first day, like the actual day of Halloween, we were so burnt out from the party that we did absolutely nothing for the day of but contacts and take pictures and then take the contacts out.
And that was absolutely it.
And then go back in the bed, and then that was just
because we partied hard.
Yes. And then after that, it was Thanksgiving. This was our very first Thanksgiving in our home, so we did it here. We had
together, right? Because I left.
Oh yes, this was our first Thanksgiving together, period.
Yeah.
So the first Thanksgiving, to Arkansas, my mom went to North Carolina, and me and Stephanie were just in the house by ourselves.
But this was our first.
So this next year, we actually had a dinner.
It was so cute. And we cooked.
The whole dinner. I made the worst baked mac and cheese.
It wasn't the worst.
It was the worst baked mac and cheese.
It wasn't the worst. It wasn't like the last video y'all saw from our Thanksgiving. Because she ate that. But it was just some simple little mac and cheese. She tried though, but it wasn't bad.
Horrible.
It wasn't.
It wasn't bad. It was horrible. But the ziti was everything.
Delicious.
Had some drinks popping with the Jim Beam apple. I made like a Thanksgiving cocktail. Back. Yes, I made like a Thanksgiving cocktail for everybody. We had the music going, the vibes going. Corey and Dad cooked the whole Thanksgiving dinner. It was so cute. Shout out to Shalithia and Stephanie for coming through and redecorated, and it was like a thing. Yes. We should have had it. We should have started YouTubing.
Baby, do you remember the pillows?
Yes, with the turkey
leaves and it was so, and we had the towels. Oh my god.
We had a whole theme. Like it was so cute. It was so cute. And then it was time for our first
Christmas time.
Christmas time.
Come once a year. I'm gonna try to remember the timestamp to tell them to fast forward that far. My bad. Something wrong with us. Go ahead. Let's sparkle cover our ears. It was our first Christmas in our house.
We got a 6-foot tree.
We were wilding.
The theme of the tree was silver, purple and pink. I would never forget it. And beautiful tree. Beautiful gal.
I remember, of course, our first tree that we were telling y'all about, it was little because we were only in our room. So it was small. So once we had our place, we knew, like, oh, at Christmas.
And we have high ceilings.
The tree is going to go right here.
I wanted it to just fill up as much as possible. Fire.
We just knew we were going to go all out. So when we saw the tree, we were like, how big is that? And I think you stood beside it so we could test it out. We were like, get that one. Add to cart.
Period.
We need that.
So we got that and we decided on a color scheme. And we decided on silver, purple, and pink. And
when we do your imagination, when I'm gone.
It was amazing, like how it came out.
Yeah.
And that was also the Christmas that I proposed. There is no video.
There is no nothing from that.
There is no story.
It was dark.
Yeah,
the only light was the TV on mute and the lights from the tree.
And we opened up our gifts at midnight. Like, instead of waiting like till the morning of, we opened it at midnight. So of course, like, we opened up all of our stuff and then that was the last gift. So when she opened it and she turned around, Big Daddy's on one knee. She couldn't resist me, dog.
It's funny because that's really bad. But yeah, there's no footage of that. But
so there's no footage. I know so many people be asking, like, so what was that story? That's the story. Yeah, so I just felt it in my heart to do. So I bought the ring like before we even moved in, but I didn't know when to give it or like when to do it. So I guess I just randomly chose Christmas because I was like, well, I have it. I didn't had it.
In your onesie.
Yeah, we both had onesies on. It was real like. I didn't even think to really give it to her as the gift until like maybe like a day before.
Oh, that was Christmas.
That was Christmas.
Yes. Just everything in between. Every day felt good. We just had to like learn our new neighborhood, doing things like doing our laundry.
That's a big one.
We were like figuring out where we were gonna go. We tested out different laundry places, but we decided we just didn't like it, so we were just gonna go back to her mom's house to do laundry all the time. So that was just the best thing for us. And just figuring out like what do we do to maneuver through life. We found our grocery store that we wanted to go to for odds and ends. We decided on like what train station that we needed to take because it was a new train line, which is a big deal. So
that's huge.
Yeah, so it was just figuring out our lives and like step by step, day by day things, and we did, and we had a lot of fun in here. We tried out many different themes for the house.
It was perfect how we did it. We bodied that.
We were cooking together. Mel bought cookbooks so that she could do different recipes and stuff in the cookbook.
A bacon book.
She did a couple out of that book.
Wife.
It is a wife. She did a couple of the recipes though.
How many did you do?
I I didn't do none of it. I don't need a recipe book. I just whips up. Nah, cause don't play. No, but don't play me. When we first got here, I used to cook all the time, and I used to take pictures of the place and everything. Remember when we first moved in? That's fine. My camera roll.
Anything
remember?
you talk about gotta be within a 2 years radius type shit. I don't give a fuck what happened 50 years ago. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just really wanted to say that.
We are on our first year. Oh wait, we missed the big thing. The very first thing that we knew we needed to get when we moved into our first place were our pets. That was the first thing that we got.
Oh yeah, so for an inquiring mind wanting to know, what's the very first thing we bought?
Cats.
Was our cats.
We bought
It
kittens.
was Glitter and Sparkle.
Mm-hmm.
So now we gotta tell the story about Glitter, why there's only a Sparkle.
Oh God. I don't know if I want to tell this story because there's gonna be a lot of cat lovers in the comments.
I'm not trying to hurt. I'm not trying to hurt.
So boom, this is what happened. We knew we wanted to have a kitten. Before we moved in, we were like, we're gonna get a kitten. Melanie knew she wanted it and she wanted to name it Glitter.
Now the thing about living in New York City is that you gotta have a cat because it's mad rats. So that's the one thing, that's the one stereotypical thing I will say about New York that's actually true. We got mad mice, mad rats, everything. So we was like, we need a cat.
We chose a day and we both went down to the ASPCA to look for the perfect kitten. We get there. We fill out the paperwork. I didn't even know it took all of that, first of all.
Me either.
I thought you just walk in, look at these little foster cats, and then you take one and love it for the rest of their life. But it's not like that. You have to fill out mad paperwork.
So one, prove that you have a home, and then so that it's like a thing to say like what type of cat you want. So they have like this whole system, and it's like, oh, if you want a depressed cat, then okay, then you fill out this survey, and then they'll take you to a room where those cats are the depressed cats. Whereas if you want one that's like high energy or whatever, then you fill out a survey and they tally up a certain number, whatever. And it's like, okay, so we'll take you in a room that got these type of cats.
Yeah.
And so we wanted one that was friendly and energetic and fun and exciting.
She wanted that. That's what she wanted. So she did the paperwork, and that's what the paperwork said. We get to the back, the lady got us, she looked through our paperwork, she see what side of the room we need to be at for the cats that we, Melanie, filled out for. So Mel said before we got there, when I go in, I'm just gonna say, Glitter, Glitter, and whichever cat answers, that's Glitter. We go into the room, the lady says, this is the side, these are the cats that most fit what we're looking for. She does it. Go ahead.
I'm like, Glitter.
It's this one cat. This one cat starts dangling on the cage and like shaking like, and his arm is out the cage like this, like get me, and it's screaming.
I'm
She's
like, that's the one.
No, she's like, that's Glitter. That's Glitter. I'm just sitting there like, oh, yep, that's Glitter. That is Glitter.
So she's like, oh, I'm gonna take out the cage. She takes out the cage, then
she bolts out of the cage. Like as soon as she opens it, because she's already dangling on it. You see her claw, both her feet and her arms are like dangling from the cage. One arm is out. She's screaming at us. The lady was like, oh, she's so excited. Let me let her out.
So she lets the cat out. She comes running out. Then another cat come out from behind, and I'm like, it's two of them. And she's like, yeah, they're a matching pair. This is Ariel and
Arlie.
And I'm like, Glitter and Sparkle. And I'm like, so how much is it for both of them? She's like, it's the same price. I was like,
so
say less.
I turn around to the right hand side of the room, and it's a little note on the little thing, and it was like, please don't tap the glass. These two kittens are depressed and they scare easily. I was like looking down at these little cats because they're chasing each other and fighting toys, and Melanie's playing with them, and I see these calm little beautiful white cats just laying side by side. I was like, you sure you don't want them? She was like, no, I don't want depressed cats. I don't want them. I'm like, but they're so calm. Are you sure? Basically, they wrapped the Glitter and Sparkle right on up, put them in a box and was like,
Gave
those
them
y'all
a,
cats.
gave them a thing that said Glitter and Sparkle, but our name in the back. Program named microchip to have our address in it.
Yep.
And then that was all she wrote.
Oh my god. Oh.
Baby, these cats are psychotic. Okay, so Glitter was all the way under there because she lost her mouse. Oh, no. That's they in here, like.
Oh, there you go. Damn. They lost her again. You want to go under there with her? Oh, y'all supposed to
Sparkle's an oldie follower. That was Sparkle.
What the is wrong with these? Yo, then this one is under the bed. I just see the tail. Oh, God. Damn. I just don't want them to pee under the bed.
They haven't used the bathroom yet? No. They're not eating like that.
Light hangers too?
They mind is everywhere.
Where's the other one? Where's
under the bed?
Over here somewhere.
Oh, y'all below my.
Hey, it's over. Lit up!
I hear it somewhere. I'm like, wait.
We had them for a while. Glitter turned out to be a demon. Like, all the energy she had, it never stopped. And it went to the wrong places.
It was so bad. Like,
she ripped up mad shower curtains. We went through so many showers. I don't even know.
The thing was, she wouldn't let Sparkle eat. She was like such a savage, she wouldn't let her eat. So what we would do is we put her in the bathroom and then feed Sparkle and then let her eat as much as she wanted and then let Glitter come out and then savage everything down like she always does, because after like months and months, she was like severely bigger than Sparkle was. We was like, all right, this is ridiculous. So we put her in the bathroom. You wanna know what she would do? We put her in the bathroom.
Shred the shower curtains. She ruined a lot of toilet paper. We would come in there and there would be toilet paper
The towels,
everywhere.
the decorative towels, she would ruin those. Like, she would stand on top of our toilet and we had a space saver that was like behind our toilet and she would knock stuff down. She would go in her litter box, take doo-doo out of it and then smear it.
And we knew she was doing it when she was upset because she never did it any other time. That was never a problem in our house. But as soon as she would be upset, we would go in the bathroom, it would be crazy, and then she decided she was gonna smear doodle everywhere. So we're like, oh my God, you're being vindictive. Like, you're literally doing this on purpose. So we knew she's evil. Like, she's doing these things on purpose because she's upset. So she has to go. So we found a loving home for her.
A loving home.
And we packed all her things up.
Amen, amen.
And we shipped her on off. She didn't make it through the entire first year of being in the house.
Not even 6 months.
But at least we still have a picture of her up just to remember her. That's about it for our very first year living in our home together. It was so many beautiful moments in between. Anything that we may have possibly forgot, we'll bring it back in some story times to kind of fill in what happened in the first year, just so y'all can get like the full entire experience. That was basically it. It was great. It flew by. We had a lot of great times, made a lot of really good memories for that first year. And that's it.
That's it and that's all.
That's it and that's all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
So thank y'all so much for always holding it down. Thank you for always supporting us.
Be sure that you are subscribed to the channel right now.
Right now.
Join the MK gang and smack that thumbs up button if you like the video and if you like the chapters. And we will see you guys in our very next video. Bye.
Later.
Girl, hit my line, let me hear you talk. Give you the word, ain't no calling off. You can call me crazy, cause at least you call. Can call me crazy, cause at least you call me. Girl, hit my line.
Y'all like that? Y'all like my necklace? Good. Cause I like it too.